So you join me down at very autumnal linear fisheries, and I've got a real big session ahead of me, which is makes a change for me because I tend to just do the odd night here or there. I never do more than a couple of nights, and I've got 4 nights down here. I've got 2 on Oxlease, which is what I'm on now, and then I've got 2 on Manor with a socially distanced social with a group of guys over on Manor, booked out to ourselves, and I'm absolutely buzzing for that because I've never fished there before, and to have it booked out to ourselves is going to be a real fun session. So yeah, we're on Oxlease at the moment. I'm down, as I say, for 2 nights. I've just got here, got the rods out. We'll go into a bit more detail about that later on, but fingers crossed something will happen on here soon. The weather is absolutely hideous for the next few days. It's going to be hammering it down with rain, but I'll try and film as much as I can. Sorry, as a swan keeps charging through my line. That's what the beeping is. But yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing for this one. I'm not sure how easy it's going to be with this weather. It's a real good moon phase and there is a bit of a pressure drop, but so fingers crossed something will happen, and if it does, I'll bring it all to you later on in this video. Alright, so good morning. Didn't get a lot of chance to do much filming yesterday because there was the crazy storms. We were going to get loads of rain again today, but it was a slow old day yesterday and night, but we're finally off the mark first thing this morning. It's a lovely 23-pound mirror, caught on one of the little yellow wafters topped with maggots. Absolutely nailed it was. Buzzing to get one off the mark because it really has been looking bleak out there. Haven't seen too much. A lot of the fish are coming from way down, further down the bank. But here we go. Let's lift her up. There we go. How about that? Lovely way to start the morning. 23-pound of linear mirror. Lovely job. Right, let's just spin around. Have a look at the other side. As I say, I haven't really seen too much out there. It's been rather quiet out there. The people either side of me haven't had anything either, and it's been pretty slow, just the odd fish coming out from what I can make out, but all these leaves. It's definitely autumn now, I tell you. But yeah, I was starting to get a bit worried that it was going to be another slow old day today, but fingers crossed this is the start of things to come. But so lively. I just left her in the net for 10 minutes while I got the rod back out on the spot to try and make the most of it if there's a group of fish out there, and she certainly got her energy back. This one kited so far left. I was worried it was going to pick the person up. There's no one in the swims either side of me because they're closed at the moment, flooded. But I was still thinking he was going to make it over to the next swim, but he didn't, so come on, calm down. It was fine for the first half, look. Come on. So much energy still. Come on. There we go. It's behaving a bit better now. How about that? Lovely way to open my account over on Oxlease. Right, so slip this one back, and hopefully we'll have another one to show you soon. If not, we'll run through the rigs and stuff like that with you, as long as we get a break in the rain. Alright, so it's been a little while since I slipped that fish back, and it's been pretty slow going ever since. I thought maybe they would kick on after having that fish early doors today, but there's been nothing else so far, and I haven't really seen a lot showing out there either to give me much hope there's a fish coming anytime soon. But I just thought I'd go into a bit of detail about the rig that I had that fish on, doing things a little bit differently on this session. It's like a multi-combi rig with a section of, I think it's 30-pound Illusion, which is Fox's fluorocarbon, and that's all bright knotted to a doubled over section of coated braid, and that creates the D up at the top of the hook. And then we've got a liner, which is a bit of shrink tube steamed down, And the reason I've got this set up here is so that if I want to change the hook quickly, so I know they haven't on this session, but if you get a bit of a hit going, which is what Oxlease is famous for, you can just cut down that bit of shrink tubing, slide off the hook, put a new hook and shrink tube on there, steam it down, and you're good to go without having to tie up a whole new rig each time. And that's a side 6 wise gape with a ring swivel. And then hook bait wise, that's a little yellow pineapple and butyric wafter from Nutrabaits, and that's topped with 10 maggots just tied off on the top there. You're not allowed to spom out maggots here, you're allowed to use them in a little bag, and you're allowed to use them as hook baits. And as the water temperature's dropping, I just thought that little extra bit of visual attraction moving around might help nick a bite. And we have nicked a bite, but that's as far as we've got so far. So fingers crossed we get another one to show you soon. Whether there'll be much more of this video, we'll see, because I've got to pack up early and get over to Manor for my booking over there, which starts at 8. So fingers crossed we've got another one to show you soon. And if not, we'll talk to you in the morning, probably just before I move over. Alright, good morning. It's been another quiet night here over on Oxlease. I've pretty much packed everything down now to head over to Manor for the socially distanced social with the Nutrabaits boys. We've got the lake booked out to ourselves, and I'm absolutely buzzing to get over there. Never fished the lake before, not even looked around it, so really looking forward to getting over there and seeing what it's like. Sorry I haven't filmed much over on here on Oxlease, but it's been pretty quiet fishing wise other than that one fish. And the weather's been absolutely atrocious, and I didn't want to wreck the camera gear, just trying to get a few shots here and there. So hopefully we'll be able to get a bit more filmed over on Manor, and we'll see you later on once we're all set up. Alright, so it's been a bit of a mad morning really, having to pack up early on Oxlease, just as a few fish started to show. I really didn't want to reel in, but I had to get over to Manor to meet up with some of the Nutrabaits lots for our socially distanced social. We are following all the government's guidelines and doing it all properly, so it is socially distanced. But yeah, so we had the draw first thing this morning, and I came out with peg 2. Which is tucked up in one of the corner. The wind is blowing in here. It's not really where I would have chose to be if I'd have just come down and picked a swim, but it is what it is. That's what a draw is. So we'll see how it goes. Got a couple of rods out, straight out, about, I think it's 19.5 wraps to a little clear spot out there. Put 2 rods, fishing them dead tight together. Put about 10-12 spots over the top. And the other rod is just fished to the corner. There's like a little point. With no other swings behind that, it's like a no fishing kind of section, and the wind's kind of hacking in there, and well, hopefully the fish are going to patrol around that corner, so I've just got a solid bag out there, just hoping to try and nick one bite at a time. And sorry for the road noise, it's right next to the road this swim where we are here, but yeah, the weather's looking a bit better now. We keep getting on and off drizzle, but the warm temperatures for, well, we're now end of October today, so it's just crazy. It's like 14 degrees at night, so hopefully it'll trigger the fish to have a feed, and we'll get some, and if not, hopefully a few of the other boys around the lake might get some, and I'll try and get some footage there as well if I can. So yeah, fingers crossed we'll have something to show you soon. Alright, so sorry about the wind noise and the lack of filming this session. The weather has been absolutely atrocious. Well, you can't tell it now because the sun's out, but we've had crazy winds and we've had absolutely driving rain from this storm. It's been absolutely brutal, to be honest with you, for the last 3 or 4 days. But absolutely drained. But yeah, last night I did manage to get one. It was absolutely, it's just so weird what happened. We didn't really see a lot of fish down this end at all. And I just had a solid bag out to one of the margins, other than the baited spot out in the middle, and didn't really see a lot over there. And at midnight, the left hand rod just pulled up tight, and as I was playing this fish, it felt real good, like a real good fish. and it just kited down to the left margin and then just stopped, went absolutely solid. Couldn't do anything with it, slackened off to see if it would get going. I could just feel it was there, and then I could see its tail like slapping on the water near the margin. I just couldn't work out what was going on, it just wouldn't budge, so I thought it was snagged around something. So I got the lad in the swim next door to come give me a hand, and I got the waders on and managed to make my way down that margin because it's really shallow, and out to the fish. And what had happened, which I've never had happen before, was there was a line of someone else's tethered in the tree, and the fish had obviously swum around their rig and got caught around that. So effectively the fish was tethered halfway between me and the tree. So I managed to wade in, get the line out of the tree, free the whole lot, and hand line the fish into the net. It was absolutely mad. It's this really nice 21-pound mirror, which you can see a bit of footage of now. I didn't really try to film too much with it because it had a bit of a stressful time by the time we managed to get it free from the tree and land it and get it in and that. So it's just a few little shots of it there. But nothing else has come of it. It's been really slow going. There's been one other fish out around the lake to one of the other guys, and that's it. So I'm quite happy to have nicked the bite. I'm now getting the rods back out for the night again, and then hopefully both bites came at night for me and the other chap, so fingers crossed something will happen again tonight, and if it does I'll show you that in the morning. But yeah, it's been a really fun session. There's only been 2 fish. It's been real hard going in these conditions, but I've really enjoyed it. It's been good fun, but fingers crossed we'll have another one and I'll have something to show you in the morning. Alright, good morning. So last night was pretty quiet for me, but one of the lads managed to get one. 21 pound of absolutely beautifully scaly chestnut mirror. Hopefully we've got some footage I'll put in now for you. That one, it was absolutely made up and it was real good to see it on the bank, real beautiful looking fish. And then so yeah, it's been really slow other than that. I've had that one fish, one of the other lads had an absolute unit. I think it was 39 odd, I'll correct that at the bottom if it's not right. But yeah, so hopefully if I got sent it I'll have a bit of footage of that for you now as well. So yeah, what a beast that was. It's been really slow going over here on Manor. Apparently it's been fishing pretty slow for the last week or 2, and I think we just copped it bad timing really, but we've had a few fish between us, which is nice, and I'm always glad not to blank. So a nice fish over at Oxlease before this, and now a nice one over here, so that isn't the end of the world. But long drive back to Norfolk now. I'm not sure we're going to get out again with this lockdown that's now been announced. Hopefully fishing's still allowed by the time you see this, and I'll be able to get out and film a bit more. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, comment down below, hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.